What is up, guys, and welcome to today's video. While I was away at PRI, Mike and Johan got together and filmed an update on some of the stuff that's been going on the E36. As you can see, we got the HGK carbon Kevlar panels pulled right off the shelf at Drift HQ. But leading up to that, there's been a lot of fab and a lot of little stuff that's gonna be covered in this video. We've learned a lot from the blue E36, and wanting to make a car that is better, faster, and more serviceable is the rationale behind all the decisions on this build. Enjoy.
What's up, everybody? Owen and I have been grinding and cutting and welding.
So much grinding.
In preparation to sealing the car. We got the car back from Bell Race Wars, who did the cage. We seal any holes on the firewall that won't be used. So like here, there's holes here. There might be a couple of holes in there, and any of the holes that are open will be for bulkheads for the wiring. We reinforce the front strut towers. I welded the plates in with the higher rate spring rate on the coilovers on the PCs. This metal being so weak, they crack. So we went over to Drive HQ, got ourselves some brackets, and then you just weld them in, and then that's reinforced. And the inside, we cut out the hole for the shifter. It's bigger than what we need, but in order to service the car the fastest way possible, we cut bigger so that we have room to maneuver the transmission around. Things that we learned from the blue car. Luckily with this car and the G-Force 4-speed dog bus transmission that we're running, there's plenty of space around the bell housing. From that point, we're not gonna do nothing fancy with seats. We got some billet brackets for the seat rails.
Holiday season's coming up. Things get hectic. We all wish we could have more time than we do. If you work in e-commerce, ShipStation is gonna come in clutch for you because they're gonna handle your shipping so you don't need to worry about it. Inevitably, you're gonna have holiday returns, and ShipStation will automate, recommend exchanges, and gather customer feedback, so whether they got the wrong color, the wrong size, your customer is gonna have a great experience. And the coolest thing about ShipStation is they can suit businesses from small to big. Whether you're shipping out of your garage or you've got multiple warehouses, you're gonna get to take advantage of their discounted shipping rates that are usually reserved for Fortune 500 companies. And with the free trial and quick setup, you'll be saving money in no time. I've got two big e-commerce brands, LZMFG, Drift HQ. We ship a lot of and shipping is expensive. So let's save you some money while you're shipping your ShipStation is gonna manage your orders, print labels, compare rates, optimize every shipment, and automate delivery notifications. The automations and the reporting are key because as your business scales, you can scale with ShipStation and save money along the way. Did I mention the discounts are up to 84% off UPS and USPS rates? 84%. Join the club, go to shipstation.com/AdamLZ today and sign up for your free 60-day trial. That's just shipstation.com/AdamLZ, and I want to give a massive thank you to ShipStation for sponsoring this video and being a longtime supporter of the channel.
As we move back here, I'll start in the inside. You can see there, I cut out the hole for the radium fuel cell, pretty much where it's gonna sit. There's another outside line, which is where I'm gonna make my final cut. We're still waiting on that to come in. So as soon as it comes in, I could, make the box that will hold that fuel cell in place. We went ahead and blocked off all the holes that could lead to having any smoke going in the cabin. So that was that with the sealing. The next thing we did was this rear firewall. It's kind of like a three-piece ordeal. Gives us room for expansion in the future. If we were to put a radiator here instead in the back, that will allow me to remove this panel and then just build a firewall behind the cage, the main hoop, and then it will open up this whole cavity, move things around, have more space, which is one of the things that Adams worries about when doing a rear mount radiator. So it will allow us to expand in the future, or if not, it stays like this and then it looks cool. So I did this three-piece metal, the bottom section is metal and then aluminum, and then that hump right there is for the Bulldog quick change differential that we're running. As we come back here, you can see a little more of how this thing is gonna lay. We're gonna have the same style plus Lexan as the E36, the blue one, except that it's gonna come to here and then get cut. I've seen some cars in FD that they run it all the way down and just cut holes into the glass to kind of make it look like one piece. That's maybe possible, but when I made this, I didn't add the arc thing. I'm just gonna come down to this lip right here and just not insert the window in. This is, you can see, the hump the spot where I was talking about for the Bulldog quick change diff, it comes all the way out here and it's like about here. We have the rear crash structure. It's pretty straightforward, simple. On the E36 when it was made, it was made too far in. So technically speaking, if we were to get in a bad hit, it would have affected it got into this. So on this one, I wanted to make sure that I made it came out all the way out here.
Yeah.
And then just like, I didn't want to make it a exact square just to give us room for the crash bar, because that crash bar will be out of round tubing. We're getting some plates that got laser cut and got nuts on them, so that as we're building the car, we could then use the rotisserie that we got bolted to this thing, and then we could turn the car over, and that's kind of like the next step we have taken to build the cars.
I'm excited to see that because I've never seen it like happen in person.
Yeah.
The car being on a rotisserie.
It'll be cool. So now that the chassis prep is almost done and we're just waiting on a couple of pieces to come in to knock, cross that off the list, I'm gonna go ahead and start mocking up body panels and fasten them in place so that if I gotta make any brackets or anything that will keep things square and good and body lines are perfect. That stuff fit pretty well already, so
Yeah.
it's just drilling some holes in for the four fender's house, because it has, you could see the tape on the Kevlar, so I could find center on that, drill it,
True.
and it will fall right in the stock location. So the front fenders will be perfect. The doors have locations too, so cut that out. That will fit perfect. And then the rear, it won't be that bad because it follows this line and it goes over that line. So when they made the mold, there's a way to do it so that it hugs the curves or the edge.
Yeah.
So it literally just clips in place. But it's just minor stuff.
Damn. This is so cool. I love the arch style in the body kit, especially the front. It's interesting.
Yeah, they were aggressive. We'll see how that stock bumper fits in the front.
Yeah. It looks much, much better than like the round, bubbly over fenders.
Yeah.
This car's not round at all. So,
It's square. So
Yeah.
that's the tough part about body kits, and because some companies don't follow the natural body lines of the car. Picture a car with like sharp or round or sharp pieces, like the Supra. The 300 kit follows that natural
yeah, that kit looks really good.
round. Yeah.
Pretty damn. If you look at this, it's lined up there.
Yeah. When I tie it, it's gonna want to pull.
True.
Here it's like almost perfect, but this line is not.
Maybe that's just a problem with the mold.
Right.
Because that guy is like on the money, and this
Yeah.
guy's just barely off. That looks
Pretty good.
money.
We'll do a little more, but that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Just put the hinge in the back.
God, that rear arch, I love that. them friggin' Larry Hoovers.
Yep. You might be asking why we're cutting a nice HGK piece. First, I don't want to run stock side skirts. And second of all, we're not going away from those 315s. So we're doing the same cuts we did on the blue car. So the tire technically is gonna, follow this radius.
Yeah, so the car itself will have to get cut too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thankfully, we know how much to cut. So
Right.
this was a rough cut, but I'm sure I have to trim it a little more, and that'll be it. That'll be it. On this, the way I mount body pieces, or to keep the rivets to a minimum, I'll find the corners and then I will measure from this point to this point, and I'll then find center and then do another rivet on the center. And most likely other cars is work where we keep rivets to a minimum instead of having a bunch of little rivets everywhere. On the E36 we did that way. On the green S15 we did it that way, and we don't have any issues with the fenders flying off with just normal hits. So these pieces laid down really well, so working with minimal rivets won't be an issue on here, and it'll keep things clean and simple.
Oh yeah. You don't want 15 rivets going across the top of your quarter panel.
Yeah, no, that's not look good. No bueno.
No.
So the way these things work, if you haven't seen any of these are called Clicos. They're just body fasteners, temporary body fasteners. They come in different sizes. I like to use the smallest available, which is an 1/8". So you get an 1/8 drill bit, you drill what you marked, you get this in there, you just let it go, and it holds the piece in place. And it's great for mock-up and getting things in place before paint or wrap or anything. And it works really good. Whether you're doing knot certs or rivets, this will never fail. As long as all your holes, I like to work my way out from the first one. It's a good thing to have in your tool set and not expensive. You have the option to buy with the tool.
Yeah.
Great for all these kind of stuff, sheet metal or body panels.
Bodyman John.
That's why they call me.
And that's what I'm calling you now.
Shit.
Look at this thing, dude.
That's it. Ready to go. First event, run it on like the Flintstones. Mm-hmm. Just gotta cut a hole in the floor. The HGK kit is installed. Fenders are stylish. Every factory mounting spot is used. It fits really good. The doors are really good too. I have to notch the hinges on it, so I slide the door down. But other than that, it fits really well. Rear fenders are installed. I got the line here, so I could cut out for the what tire is that called?
The Larry Hoovers.
The Larry Hoovers.
Yeah.
Yeah. So whenever the car comes back to the States, we'll go to that. Make some people cry again. Yeah, fenders are installed. The rear tail light / cross piece, whatever you call it, is installed. The trunk is not, completely mounted, but I need to get some quick lashes, which try to determine which is the best way. This piece here is key because it connects both sides together. It's pretty actually rigid. So when we build the crash bar, I don't think we'll have to build, crazy brackets or anything like that.
Yeah.
Just do something simple coming off the car. So if like Adam hits the wall hard enough, it's a simple bracket that could be remake at the track or
Right.
whatever. So yeah, pretty stoked on that. The tail lights will go have their spot, so we don't have to worry about them falling off. So yeah, this is all that's left. Putting quick latches on the trunk, and then the aero catch will go on the hood, and then we'll run the factory hinges so that the hood opens and run the shock, the factory hood shocks on it. So pop the hood, go open, no problem. Make it easier to work on, not having to have a hood prop. It's ideal.
Yeah, that and how many times have we like lost or like misplaced the prop at like events and stuff.
It's annoying. When radiator comes in with the shroud, I'll figure out which configuration will work best, but hopefully what we have to do is cut out the back here, just like the XGK cars. They cut these out so that all that hot air has somewhere to go.
Yeah.
And it doesn't get trapped in there and just create a suction.
Call it a hot pocket.
A hot pocket.
Yeah.
Literally, the hot pocket. Just figure out the whole stock, show Adam different options. From there, body-wise, it's just making the OEM bumpers work with this kit.
We gotta convince him to run the HDK bumper.
Yeah.
That would complete this entire thing.
Yeah. Unless we mock up a stock bumper up front and it's not that bad and making a couple of cuts will make it flow nice.
Yeah.
Then the stock bumper with the front splitter that we run on the blue car, it would kind of
look
flow
good.
and
Yeah.
go well together. And then we do plan to run the stock side skirts, and I'm pretty sure he will like to run the carbon splitters as well on that. So that it will tie everything in together. Yeah, this is done. Scratch it off. Move on to the rest of the build. Left off yesterday was getting all the kit installed. I got some quick latches on order, aero catch for the fronts, some stuff for the rear on the trunk, and then I decided to jump into some of the parts that have started to come in, and one of those being the Tilton clutch master with that bracket that we got from Drift HQ to adapt it to the E36. So I did a soft line and then a hard line, and then in between I put a quick release dry brake so that if we got to service the master for some reason, it's easier to just boop, unhook the dry brake,
Yeah.
and then the system comes out.
And you don't have to bleed it when you do that, right?
Right.
That's the convenience of it.
Yep.
Yeah, that's sick.
No bleeding needed. There'll be one in the car, and then if you see there, the hard line goes to the trans tunnel. It's similar to the S15. And then on the bottom side, there will be another quick dry brake, and then that will go to the slave cylinder in the transmission. So that's simple, it's done the way I wanted to do it on the blue car. So now from that point on, it's just like we fitted the chase base brake cylinder. It has the brake bias here, and it fits in there pretty nice. So now we have a space for the aftermarket intake manifold, and it just cleans this area a lot.
Yeah.
Now is the time where a lot of the little odd and tedious fast stuff come up, and if you're not careful or you're not like trying to stay on top of it, it's easily to forget about it, and then the car goes through particle, comes back, then we start having to grind on the car and cut, and that's not fun. So we're trying to stay ahead of that as much as we can. So yeah, I think that's it.
It's a ton of work.
Yeah, still a lot of work to do, but it's parts are showing up. Things will start going and moving a lot really quick. We are running behind, about 4 weeks behind on this project. So but this just happens. Nothing we could do. Try to catch things early and prepare for the best you can for things to come.
Bodyman John.
That's right, homie.
And that's what I'm calling him now. Living friggin' Larry Hoover's.
Yep. You might be asking why cutting a nice HGK piece. Oh, didn't like that.